Important that we crawl? Why is it important that babies crawl for as long as possible? Some of the importance behind crawling lies within mainly the brain. So our brain develops from right to left. I don't know which screen to look at, so I'm going to put this here. Our brain develops from right to left, meaning just very basically, the right side of the brain is more of an emotional, creative, artistic side, and the left side is more analytical, scientific, like facts, right? And so babies don't need to know the facts right now, but they do need to know how to move and how to love and how to be cherished, and have that emotional well-being, that emotional intelligence fostered within them. So the right side of the brain develops first, and it blends over to the left. Movement feeds the brain. The brain grows because of movement, right? The vestibular system, so your ears, right, is really our first sense of neural input. So when moms rock babies and when the babies start to kind of look around, like that's the vestibular system kind of being the first input to the nervous system. The suboccipital muscles, so the muscles that attach right at the base of your skull to your neck, are the very first set of muscles to start developing in newborns. Think about babies kind of like looking up at mom to nurse and to like find the breast to nurse. Those muscles are constantly working, so those are the very first muscles to develop. And the curve within the neck is really crucial to brain health. So our cervical curve is a lordosis, and so you have this curve right here, kind of looks like a backwards C. And you need that. And so when babies start to crawl, they're looking up and they're developing that curve. So why is crawling important, and why is symmetrical crawling important? So right now I'm in a bear stance or a quadruped stance, right? And this is not how babies will start. Babies will start on their belly, and they'll start looking up, and they'll start looking left and right, and this helps the curve. And then they're going to start to roll, right? So they're going to start to just like roll their body. This is all really great neurological input. And that's why tummy time is huge for babies. Next thing babies are going to do is start to kind of push up, right? So 6 months, they're going to start to push up, maybe a little bit earlier, probably earlier. And then they're going to start to move their legs up, right? And they're going to push, and they're going to try to scoot around like this. But if you notice, I'm using my left hand, my right knee is going forward, right? So this cross crawl pattern is very, very important for our stabilizing muscles in our low back and in our body in general. So as I'm moving my left brain, although yes, it coordinates some of my right-sided movements, the left brain is really stabilizing the left side of the body. So we've all been taught like the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. That's true, but it's also not true. The right side of the brain, when you initiate movement, the right side sends tons of information down to the right side of the body to stabilize and build those muscles. So if your baby is crawling an army crawl, right, they're not getting good neural feedback or good neural information to that side of their body. And if you leave that unchecked, or if you think that's cute, oh, look at that, that's so cute, look, he's crawling. That's not cute. Yeah, it's cute in essence, but it's not good for their biomechanics in the long run. So when babies are crawling, I recommend kiddos, brothers and sisters, you get down on the ground and you crawl around with your brothers and sisters. Or moms and dads, crawl around with your kiddos so they see you cross-crawling. If your kiddo is having a problem crawling, encourage them and move their body together. So you can do this on their back, right? You can take their body, and you can take right arm, touch left knee. Left arm, touch right knee, right? And so you can do this cross crawl with them just so their brain is remembering, okay, this is the way I need to move. And then as they go to their belly and start to crawl, their brain has that input, and their brain can be like, oh yeah, I know this, I've done this before. And then they're going to start cross crawling. I'm going to say this to the folks that have low back pain right now. If you have low back pain, get on the ground. Get on the ground and just start moving around. Getting up, right, in different positions is going to start helping your low back pain. Just because you haven't fed your body cross-crawl information in a while, and it's going to help. Yes, it might be painful at first, but I think it will help in the long run. I'm going to remind people of this too, and I'm done after this, I promise. Crawling symmetrically is good information to the brain, right? If your baby is struggling to crawl symmetrically, or is crawling backwards, or is scooting, right? That tells us that their brain is not developing symmetrically, and that over time this could lead to attention deficit, this could lead to hyperactivity things, this could lead to inability to throw a ball with their left hand or right hand or have good cross patterns. I know with my kids, I always want them to be like the best at whatever they're doing. Whether they, I don't want them to be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I want them to always be the best. And for me, I know that giving them chiropractic and providing chiropractic to them is allowing their brain to develop symmetrically, which will then optimize their expression of life. And if they ever wanted to be, an athlete, their body is primed for it. So if your baby is crawling in a weird pattern or in a very odd way, most likely their sacrum is out of balance, or their thoracic spine because they can't extend, or their upper cervical muscles are not developing the way they should, and that curve is not developing, and we want that curve to develop. So if you know a baby, or if you know any moms that have kiddos that crawled odd when they were little ones, or are fast to walk, right? If they're fast to walk, that means they're going straight into this motion. Yes, there's some cross crawl happening, but you don't have full body cross crawl when that happens, and we want full body cross crawl as long as possible to really feed that brain good nutrients and good neural input. So if you have questions, please let me know. Sorry if this took too long. I really hope this is actually recording. I will see you all soon. Cheers.